Hi, I'm Rin, and I'm going to walk you through creating your first snippet with Woof Assist. So from the home page, I'm just going to click Create Snippet, and then this particular snippet I have in mind is a recall group game. It is appropriate for all ages, so I'm going to select all. And a snippet is essentially just a chunk of information. This can be something you pulled from a handout or something you pulled from emails that you've already sent to clients, or you can create it from scratch. In this particular case, I'm pulling it from an email that I sent to a client, a homework email about her male dog, Max, her male puppy. So for this, I want a male version of this information, a female version, and a neutral version. So under sex pronouns, I'm going to select all. Now, it matters which tab you start in. I have this information again already written up from an email that I've just copy pasted. So it's about a boy dog named Max. So I'm going to start in the male section. So just pasting this info into the text editor here, and I'm going to adjust my formatting a little bit. I don't need that extra space in there. If you want, you can play around with bolding things. You can just adjust stuff as you like here. And again, you can see that this is where Max can safely run, where he can't run off. So this is the information that I have. I want to be able to customize it though for whoever I'm sending this info to in the future. So let's go ahead and add a variable. The first thing I want to do is be able to change out the dog's name. I'm going to add a pre-made variable, dog name, simple enough. So since Max is what I want to be swappable, that's what I'm putting in. And I'm just hitting those little arrows to swap it. You can see Max has been replaced with dog name, this placeholder here. So in the future, I can put in, whatever name of the dog I'm working with. I also want to change out the cue name. Not everybody calls recall come. So let's say we want to call it here. Currently, it is the word come. I'm going to add a variable, and this time it's going to be a custom one. So let's call it the recall cue name. Now, I could just call it the cue name, but I find that that can sometimes be a little confusing later on, especially if there are multiple snippets and they all have different cues that they're referencing. So I like to be really specific. I'm calling it the recall cue name. And because what I want to swap is that word come, that's what I'm typing into the variable box. So I have swapped that out. And you can see here, it is no longer the word come, it's that placeholder recall cue name. So that is all of the editing that I want to do for that. Now I do want to create a female version. So I'm going to go over into this female tab and I'm going to select auto generate. And it's going to automatically switch the male info that I already have in the male tab into a female version. Let's see if it did that, where she can't run off, reward her immediately with treats and praise. Perfect. This is exactly what I'm looking for. And it's say I want a neutral version as well. You just select the neutral tab and select auto generate. Now for neutral, it's going to ask you, do you want to pull the information from the male tab or the female tab? And if you have identical information, if the only thing that's changed is the pronouns, the sex, it doesn't really matter too much which tab you pull from. If you have specific, sex specific info in these tabs, maybe in the female version, you're talking about spaying, and then the male version, you're talking about neutering. It does matter a little bit more which of these options you select. If you were to have it generate from the male tab, that information about neutering would be in there, right? So since these are identical aside from the sex pronouns, I'm just going to select male. It doesn't matter too much. And if that doesn't make a ton of sense, it will when you kind of get the hang of using Woof Assist a little more. So there you go. Now you have a neutral version, mix up their positions. And I'm going to go ahead and finish off this snippet by adding some tags. Tags are a really great way so that you can just find your snippets easily later on. You can choose a pre-made tag. I suppose I'd do other for this, or you can create a custom tag. So I just typed in recall and hit enter. And later on, this will let me find these snippets a little bit easier. So I'm going to create the snippet there. And then let's say we wanted to use the snippet. Let's say we wanted to put it in an email. I would just go to the email page. So if you're home, you could do draft email. And then I'm going to add or remove some snippets. Now you could use tags here if you wanted. You've got some filters for age. There's lots of different ways to find the info you want. But let's say we worked on some calm greetings with our dog for this example, and we're going to throw that recall group game in here too. So let's say I'm crafting an email to a pet parent. Her dog's name is Bella, and let's say she's a female dog. So I'm selecting female from the sex dropdown. And then if you wanted to change the order of the snippets, you could do that with these little arrows. And the variables are the last thing we're going to need to change now. So the dog's name is Bella. So rather than, again, those placeholders we added in earlier, typing in Bella, and it is swapped so that it's specific to Bella. The cue names, you can see here why it can be helpful to title them specifically recall cue name versus just cue name. I talk about cueing a behavior in the calm greetings with redirections exercise. So let's say Bella likes to do lots of downs. I'm gonna put that in there. And since this is specific to Bella, if we worked on recall during our lesson, maybe we called it here, right? So I'm going to swap that out as well. So there you have it, a custom email for Bella. Now, of course, this is just with 2 exercises. I imagine in a typical, private lesson or maybe a latchkey follow-up, you would have several exercises, but you can see how quickly and easily you're able to swap things, especially once you already have a bunch of snippets put in and stored in the Woof Assist platform. It is super easy at the end of the day to just select, the 5-10 things you want to throw in that email and swap a couple variables, and boom, it's custom for your client. So love this app. I'm just going to select copy email now that everything's all swapped and paste it into wherever you would usually send your emails from. So I have a custom email with my domain. I'm just going to paste it there, and I'm ready to go. So if you have any questions or you need some support, reach out to Woof Assist. They are here to help you, and I hope you enjoy using this app.